everybody, this is Jonathan Miller with the Hometown Historian channel. We are here at the Lebanon County and City building here at the historic marker for Lebanon County. Formed on February 16, 1830 from Dauphin and Lancaster counties, named for Old Lebanon Township, originally created in 1729. Lebanon County seat is dated from 1740. Early settlers began the building of a rich agricultural and religious heritage. So we're going to have more on Lebanon County, including some pictures and things of that nature. But we're going to quick go over here. It's a beautiful day here on a Monday, I believe May 23rd. I've been filming a few other places here in Lebanon, and then I'm going to go over to Cornwall and let's see what this is. Almost looks like the courthouse lampposts, originally from 1816, are graciously presented by John E. and Mary Bowman Wengert in memory of their fathers, respectively. Samuel K. Wengert served as a Lebanon County Commissioner from 1948 to 52, and Roy M. Bowman served as Lebanon City Solicitor from 1922 to 34 and 36 through 48. The courthouse bell, which is right there, also an 1816 original, is presented by the membership of the Lebanon Hook and Ladder Company No. 1. Following a fire at the courthouse in 1908, the bell was placed in use at the Hook and Ladder Station from 1911 through 1960s. It was dedicated in 2003. It's a really pretty neat building. They now moved over to, I believe, the Hack building and there's a time capsule underneath there as well. I am sorry I accidentally filmed this sitting up, so it's going to look a little weirder. But these are the original lampposts, apparently, from the original courthouse. And Lebanon Courthouse is also the original building. Was quite a historic building. I believe it burned down right around the time at the Lebanon, I think it was the Lebanon jail, or Lebanon, whatever it was, Lebanon County Jail. They had, that was where the Blue-Eyed Six were held. And that's over where Lebanon Farmers Market. I may be wrong about that, but I believe right around the same time. It was one of those unique jail houses that sort of looked like a castle. It had a tower or turret, very reminiscent of what they have in Carbon County and in Schuylkill County and Pottsville. They have those, and Carbon County is the one that's up in Jim Thorpe. They have a very castle-esque type look to them, but yeah, it's very, very cool. Lebanon County, it's where I've lived my entire life, from out in Greenpoint for the first 25 years of my life, next 15 years in Myerstown, and then over in Steelestown for a little bit, and now in Campbelltown. And then we'll see where we go from there. But let's go back to Chuck, and like I said, we will I'll have some pictures of the Lebanon County, what it looks like, what it looked like back in the day, and those types of things. Thanks, everybody. Hello once again, this is Jonathan Miller with Hometown Historian channel. We are doing the Lebanon County historic marker, and here we have a map of what the counties would have been like. This is actually during a time when Cumberland County was created, and you can see Cumberland County there from like central Pennsylvania over to the western border of current Pennsylvania. It was a massive county. It had just been added, and you actually look at it close enough, you can see where the counties are today. So one of the mistakes that I made is I had read somewhere that Lebanon County had been made from Berks County and Lancaster County. I assume Berks County went sort of through the north, when in fact Berks County actually follows the eastern border of Lebanon County back in the 1700s. It was actually, Lebanon County was created in 1813, was founded. It was actually made primarily from Lancaster County, but also Dauphin County had been created about 30 years early, a little bit, you know, maybe 26 years. I believe it was like 1785 or 1786 Dauphin County had been created. And so I guess when Dauphin County had been created, part of that was across Lebanon County, been on the western side. So Lebanon County
uh, was mainly immigrated by German immigrants. And if you look on the western side, there were, once you start going over to Dauphin County, you would have had your Scots and your Irish immigrants, especially in the area of Derry and the Hershey area. But you also had in the Cornwall area, you had quite a few English immigrants as well. So it was sort of an amalgamation of quite a few different types of people. You had a lot of Huguenots, whether they were German or if they had been French Huguenots who had came into the area. Some of them came from the Scolari Valley up in New York State, which is, I'm trying to think, it's in central New York, I believe, that general region near Catskills Mountains, but that was where, for instance, Conrad Weiser came from. Also, Cliff, the Wandering Woodsman, his family, the Zeller family, came from that area south along the Susquehanna River Valley. It's consisted primarily located in a valley known as the Lebanon Valley, sort of in between the Appalachians. You got the Blue Mountains that are sort of on the northern side of Lebanon County, and then a couple other of the different mountains. But it sort of goes right through. The Appalachian Trail comes through. A lot of cool history going through. Agriculture was the main industry, if you will, of the area. You'll also find one of the interesting things to note, a lot of people are always interested in the Amish. On the eastern side of the county, and especially the southeastern side, when you get into like Schaeferstown, Myerstown region, that area, Jackson Township and Heidelberg Township, there's a lot of Amish. You run into a lot of the Amish buggies. People don't like that, but it's always cool to see that different type of culture. Iron also has played a massive role, from Cornwall Iron Furnace, obviously being the largest iron mining operation east of Lake Superior. Also, you couldn't go anywhere in the county without, like, within a stone's throw of being either near an iron furnace or iron forge. From Union Forge in the north, I think Monroe Valley had a forge. These were everywhere, these iron furnaces, and they played such an intricate role, an integral role in this area and really the Industrial Revolution and, French and Indian War. This was an area that was the frontier at that time. And the iron furnaces were very important when you came into the Revolutionary War period. Some of the heroes that came from this area were John Weidman, who eventually owned Union Forge. You also had John Gloninger, who we just talked about, being a very interesting individual that was there at Tabor Reformed Church. This is an area that's very religious. You have your Lutheran and your Reformed churches. You had quite a bit of the Moravian churches in this area as well because of the German immigrant population. You also had quite a few of the Episcopal and Methodist churches as well for the English speaking congregations. Some of the major founders of the American Lutheran Church, John Caspar Stover, the Muhlenberg family dynasty, were very influential in this area. Count Zinzendorf, they joke that Count Zinzendorf is everywhere, and he is, from Allentown down into this area here in Lebanon County. But he played a major role just south of here in the village of Lidditz, which is a Moravian town. You have Hebron Moravian Cemetery. We've gone to the Monroe Valley Chapel, which was a Moravian chapel. There was also, the Moravians played a role in Sassoon's Lutheran Church in Greenpoint. You also see some of the heroes that we've done, some of the historic markers on Jacob Albright and John Walter, who founded the Evangelical Association. That was done right here in Lebanon County. So a lot of interesting religious characters. Also, it's of note, James Buchanan had stayed quite a bit of time in the county seat there in Lebanon as a district attorney. The major iron dynasties of America, the Grubb family, the Coleman family, and the daughter Ann Coleman, who was the love of James Buchanan's life, and then ultimately her father, Robert Coleman, put a nix on it, and she wound up killing herself by taking laudanum down in Philadelphia. And it was one of those stories. Lebanon County also has one of the greatest stories, crime stories ever told, the Blue-Eyed Six that happened over at St. Joseph Springs. It was decided at the Lebanon County Courthouse. We saw a picture of that earlier. Lebanon County has a rich and extraordinary history, and we just visited the Monument Park in Lebanon, where one of the largest regiments, volunteer regiments, the 93rd Regiment, was put together by the Coleman family. GW, I believe GW, Mrs. GW Coleman. I might be wrong on the letters there, but they played such a huge role throughout all our history. World War I, World War II. The young men and women have always served in this county. It's a beautiful county. Many different parks. We visited Memorial Lake, Marquette Lake. We've going to be visiting a bunch of other. Swatara State Park. We visited the Bordner Cabin, which is one of the pictures here. Appalachian Trail goes through. You have all these different places. Lebanon Valley Rail Trails. It's a great place to visit, but it's an even better place to live. And all these different towns as well, I'll talk about, like the founding, the major towns, like Lebanon was originally Stites was founded in 1740. Annville was founded in 1762, originally called Millerstown after Andrew Miller. Palmyra, 1749, Johann Palm. Myerstown originally was called Tulpahawken, that was 1768. And if I didn't mention, Palmyra was 1749. But that was by Isaac Meyer, originally called Tulpahawken. Cornwall was founded by Peter Grubb in 1742, and he was the big citizen at that time. Fredericksburg, originally called Stumpstown, but they changed it because the founder was a little naughty, and that was in 1761. Jonestown, originally called Williamsburg, founded in 1761, renamed because the confusion with Williamsburg, Virginia. Schaefferstown by Alexander Schaeffer in 1758, originally called Heidelberg. All these beautiful different towns, and there's so many small towns. Like I'm from Greenpoint, which is in the north of Lebanon County, and that's sort of that grouping of villages, and it's just a rich history in Lebanon County. So much to explore, so much to know about and enjoy, and so much to enjoy today, yet not just the history, but the beautiful nature of Lebanon County. So this is Lebanon County, and with that, I'll say thank you again for coming along on this Pennsylvania Historical Marker Series journey, and as always, we'll see you all about town.